Hello guys, I'm back, and in this video we're going to go over the classic zombies map to Riese. This guy will be an in-depth walkthrough of the entire map, including power, pack-a-punch, wallbuys, mystery box locations, minor Easter eggs, and more. Also, in case anyone's wondering, I'll go over things for all the versions, including World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 3, also known as the Giant. For starters, one thing I have to say is that there are very few differences between the World at War version and the Black Ops 1 remastered, aside from solo self-revive, mule kick, glitches, and mystery box weapons. The map versions are pretty much identical. However, the Black Ops 3 remake, The Giant, is a very different story because while the map layout is the same, wallbuys, box weapons, and perk locations are different. Not to mention that there are new Easter eggs added to The Giant, as well as old Easter eggs being slightly different. I'll explain in further detail later, but for the most part, when I say original version or World at War version, I usually mean the Black Ops 1 version as well, unless I say otherwise. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Now, starting off the game, you will spawn in a big courtyard area next to this giant futuristic electrical tower. Behind this glass door here is the pack-punch machine, which I'll explain how you can get to in a bit. Really, there isn't much you can do in here, as there are only two basic wallbuys, the Gewehr 43 and the Kar 98K. In the Black Ops 3 version, it's the Shiva and the RK5, and in that version, I'd say the RK5 is more worth buying, though in my opinion, I'd rather just save up for the mystery box or a decent wallbuy. From this area, you can go two possible routes, left which goes into the animal lab, or right which goes into the furnace side. Starting with the right side, head up these stairs and open the metal door for 750 points. Go forward and take a left to open the next door for 750 as well. Inside this room, you'll find the Thompson wallbuy for 1200 points. Really good point gun. I highly recommend keeping it because it's cheap, reliable, high in ammo, and powerful in general. Once you have 1000 points, open the barricade entrance at the top of the stairs. Go to the left and jump down this cliff area and go right. There you will find the power switch in this corner to the left. Press the interaction button on it and power will be yours. Alternatively, for 750, you can open the left door and spawn into this alley courtyard area. Go left to where the store is and open it for 750. This is the main animal lab area, and it doesn't have much to offer in terms of decent wall guns, which is why I prefer the other route more. However, if you open this staircase over here for 1000, you'll have access to bouncing betties for 1k. You get 2 per round, and how it works is you take them out by pressing right on the D-pad, and then you can place them down in an area by pressing the right trigger. Then if a zombie walks where you place it down at, then it explodes, killing the zombie. If you place a bunch of them in a corner or something, then you can use them to save yourself if you happen to get trapped. Getting back on track, you go up these stairs and jump off the sledge. Then take a left, and there you'll find the power switch that you can activate to turn on the power. No matter which route you choose, all roads eventually lead to the power switch, which when interacted with will turn on perk machines, traps, open electrical doors to get around the map, and allow you to link teleporters, which you need to open up the door to Pack-a-Punch. Speaking of which, to gain access to the weapons upgrade machine, the Pack-a-Punch, you must first link all 3 teleporters, and I will explain how, starting with the one in the animal labs. Upon coming in from the front entrance, take a U-turn and head straight towards this metal gate. Upon opening the door to Lab A, head up the staircase to a giant machine. Stand in it and you will receive the prompt to initiate link to mainframe. Once activating it, a watch will appear on the top of your screen and you must interact with the pad in the center of the spawn room within a short time period. If you fail to get to it in time, you must start the link again. If you succeed, the metal door to the Pack-a-Punch will go down by a bit and a power-up will spawn near the chain link fence. Once you've linked the teleporter, you can stand in it and teleport to the mainframe for 1500 points, with the chance of getting the power up to spawn. The chances of getting one from teleporting decreases the rounds go by, however, and you'll have the possibility of spawning hellhounds as well. Speaking of which, normal hellhound rounds work the exact same as pretty much any other map which has them. You'll get a max ammo at the end of every single round like this, but unlike Shinonuma, they don't deal nearly as much damage as they do in that map. Getting back on track, the second teleporter, the one in Lab B, can be found in this room right at the stairs from the furnace room. You can link that and the door will raise even lower. You can do this in any order, by the way. At last, the final one can be found behind this door near power, through this doorway into the factory and up this platform. Link this one, and at last the vault door to Pack-a-Punch will be removed, giving you access to the Pack-a-Punch machine as well as all 3 teleporters. Now before I delve into perk locations, I have to say a few things first. 1. You can get a small amount of points by going prone in front of perk machines, aside from Mule Kick in the Black Ops 1 version. This will give you just a bit more points to purchase a door or something if needed. Also, while in the original versions, the perk locations are the same each game, in the Giant, the perks will randomly interchange with each other. Additionally, upon doing a side Easter egg in the Giant, you can spawn a 6th perk machine, one that will either be Stamina Up or Deadshot depending on your game. As far as the basic locations in the original versions go, Double Tap can be found facing the drawbridge up the stairs. If you head to the other side of that bridge, take a right into this alleyway to find Juggernog. This is a very dangerous area, so I highly suggest waiting till the end of a round to get to the perk in this location. Speed Cola can be found in the area behind this chain link fence in the corner. Quick Revive is in this room to the right of Lab C. And at last in Black Ops 1, Mule Kick can be found in this corner in the right of the furnace room. As I had mentioned earlier, in Black Ops 3, you can complete an Easter egg to gain access to a secret 6th perk machine. To do this, you must first have Power and Pack-Punch open, as well as having obtained Simple Monkeys from the mystery box. Once these prerequisites are met, you must throw Simple Monkey into each teleporter and teleport with it. Next to the mainframe and spawn is a panel with 3 red lights. Whenever you teleport with a Symbol Monkey, one of those red lights will turn green. When you've done this with all 3, all green lights will be lit up, and there will be a large red button blinking that you can interact with. When you do this, a laser beam will shoot out and melt a pile of snow in this corner, revealing one of 2 possible perks, Deadshot or Stamina Up. The one you will get will be randomly chosen each game. In Riese, there are a total of 6 different box locations scattered about. In the original version, the mystery box will always spawn in the same place every time, the location closest to power, while in the Giant, the location it starts at will change each game. Speaking of which, the first box location is in front of this power engine left of the power switch. The second is in Lab C up these stairs at the very end of the catwalk. The third is in the furnace room next to where Mule Kick's original location is. The fourth location is outside Lab B in the side area to the left. The fifth is on the right side of the Animal Lab. This location's a little glitchy in the Black Ops 1 version, so if you have trouble getting something out of the mystery box, try backing up and it might work. And at last but not least, the 6th and final one is in Lab A facing the teleporter. As previously mentioned, the Wallbuy locations in all 3 versions are identical, but the guns themselves differ between the World War and Black Ops 1 versions and the Giant remake. Therefore, while I will be mostly showing footage from the original versions of the Wallbuys, I will also be showing the prices and the guns from the Black Ops 3 version as well. Starting with the spawn courtyard, we had the Kaveri 43 for 600 and Kar 98 for 200, with the Sheba for 500 and RK5 also for 500 respectively. Coming into the garage entrance is the double-barreled shotgun for 1200 or KRM for 750. In the garage itself, we had the Thompson for 1200 or VMP for 1300. Upstairs in Lab B is the Type 100 for 1K or HBK 30 for 1600. Now on this brick wall facing the chain link fence near Speed Cola is the FG42 for 1500 or Vesper for 1250. Looping right over here you will find the Wallbuy for the M1A1 carbine for 600 or the LCAR-9 for 750. On the left side of the Animal Labs is the M1897 trench gun for 1500 or Kuda for 1250. In Lab A in the side room is the MP40 for 1000 or the M8A7 for 1500. In this alleyway near the original location of the Juggernog machine, you will find Bouncing Betties or Trip Mines here, both costing 1000. Outside of Lab C on this wall, you will find the Bowie knife for 3000. Inside, to the left of the Lab C teleporter, you will find the STG-44 costing 1200 or the KN-44 costing 1400. You can find steel hand grenades or frags for 250 in 3 possible locations: in this tunnel under Lab C, across from the MP40/M8A7 room in Lab A, and in this area to the right in Lab B. To complete the most noteworthy Easter egg in this map, the Flytrap Easter Egg, you must first obtain a pack-punched weapon. Once you have gotten one, come over to this barricade right here near the Animal Labs, where there is a strange stony structure out in the distance. One of the structure's pillars has a panel that you must shoot with your upgraded weapon. It might be a bit difficult to see, but if you line it up here and or use a scoped weapon, you should get it easy in no time. If you've done it, you should see these glowing green balls flying into the distance while hearing Samantha laughing or Max is talking, depending on the version. For this next step, you must seek out 3 hidden objects around the map and shoot them. The locations between the original and Black Ops 3 versions are different, as well as the reward. Starting with the original, the first teddy bear can be found in the Animal Labs in this cage. The second one can be found on the edge of this window on this building. You can get a straight shot at it from the mainframe pad or at the foot of the building, but in the Black Ops 1 version there is a weird visual glitch which causes it to be invisible sometimes, but you can still shoot it. You will know because each time you get one, Samantha will say a line.
Wow, you found another one!
Last but not least, you will find the monkey bomb in this furnace in this back room. Shooting all 3 in this version will greatly increase the chances of getting a power-up when teleporting.
Roll credits.
Now in the Black Ops 3 version, you will find the monkey bomb in this dark furnace in Lab A. You can find the next object, the teddy bear, on this metal platform on this building. And the last teddy bear can be found in this water chamber in Lab B. It's a tad hard to see, but if you have a machine gun, try jumping and spraying into it, and eventually, if you hear Max's speak, you know you've gotten it.
Shit, the beacon is lit. I know where and when you are.
After gaining the last one, come on down to where the furnace is to receive your reward. There you will find a floating specialist weapon called the Annihilator that you can grab. This pistol isn't time-based but bullet-based in the sense that you can take it out for as long as you want until you run out of ammo or put it away. And when you do lose it, you can just recharge it with kills. As far as traps are concerned, there are only 3 electric traps in this map. The first one is in the front entrance to the garage, the second is in the main doorway to the animal labs, and the final one is in the main courtyard under the drawbridge. In the World at War version, traps cool down and stay activated for less time. Also, when a trap does finish, you will hear Dr. Schuster say,
"Diverting power to the bridge. Diverting power to the warehouse.
or
Diverting power to the laboratory."
depending on the one you had activated. In Black Ops 3's The Giant, you can find Gobblegum machines scattered everywhere around the map. The first of these can be found outside the garage entrance in this corner. The second is up these stairs near the entrance to Lab B. The third is in the alleyway over here next to the LCAR-9. The fourth is at the very back of the animal labs next to the staircase. And the fifth and final one can be found to the left outside Lab C. One of this guide's main focuses will not be to perform any glitches, with the exception of this one called the 3-gun glitch. As the name suggests, it allows you to carry 3 weapons at once, which is extremely useful in World at War. This is because since Mule Kick wasn't introduced as a perk until Black Ops 1, in World at War there is no in-game way to obtain 3 weapons at once. Anyways, if you want to do this yourself, you need to have Pack-a-Punch open, as well as having obtained Bouncing Betties and at least 5,200 to 5,600 points. Once you've obtained that, place one of your guns in the Pack-a-Punch, then quickly run and purchase either of the guns in the spawn area and run back to it. Then you want to press right on the D-pad to take your Betties out, but while it's in the animation of actually taking them out, press the action button to grab your weapon out of the Pack-a-Punch. This will create a third weapon slot by confusing the game into thinking it's the Bouncing Betties. Once you do this, you can replace the gun in your slots. However, you have to repeat the process every single time you Pack-a-Punch, but with your secondary taking the place of the gun that you bought off the wall earlier. This section mainly contains useful side Easter eggs and information that didn't quite make its own section in this guide. That being said, to play the Easter egg song, you must first interact with 3 green vials around the map. The first 2 are at the back of the animal lab, one on this countertop and the other on the shelf. The final one can be found in the Lab B side room. In the first 2 versions, it plays Beauty of Annihilation, while in The Giant it plays a remix of it. The main wonder weapon of the map,
The Wunderwaffe Dg-2!
shoots chain lightning at zombies, electrocuting a maximum of 10 zombies per shot. However, in World at War Dries, and only World at War Dries, if you have Juggernog and shoot the Wunderwaffe at something too close to you, you will lose your Juggernog. The icon will still be there, but it will take 2 hits for you to get downed instead of 5. However, because there isn't self-revive in solo, you will stay like this for the rest of the game until you die. In Black Ops 1, if you get the lightning effect on your screen, you'll just take a bit of damage, and in Black Ops 3, it doesn't hurt you at all.
What the hell is a Wunderwaffe?
There are 2 simple Easter eggs that can slightly increase your grenade damage and your health after drinking Juggernog. For the former, make your way to the right side of spawn where there's a generator boxed in by a fence. What you have to do is throw a grenade over the top so it falls to the very bottom. If you've done it right, the explosion will turn a bright yellow rather than the usual gray. This Easter egg can only be done in the original versions, though the yellow effect is invisible in Black Ops 1. Same goes for the upgrade Juggernog Easter egg. Once you buy Juggernog, head to this table in the Lab B side area and interact with this red cup. If you've done it right, your character should grunt like this. Sometimes if you look too close to the map, your character will say a different quote, so if you don't hear him grunt, try crouching and aiming at the flask itself. If you obtain a monkey bomb from the mystery box, come over to the furnace in the back room of the warehouse. If you throw a monkey bomb into the fire, it will scream, and Samantha will say this in the original versions.
Mr. Monkey just wanted to play!
In Black Ops 3, there is neither voice nor reward. In the original versions of Dries, however, this will greatly increase the chances of dropping power-ups. Under a grate in the spawn room, there's a piece of paper with a bunch of symbols that, when interacted with, will cause the player to grunt. Doing this will also increase power-up drop rates as well. And that concludes this guide of the Zombies map Dries and the Giant. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing for more Zombies content, music, animations, and more. As of now, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.